I need to be certified as a natural loner. You know, I need to be recognized as a certified or the king, the chairman of the chairman. Is it the chairman? As the chair, as the chairman of Safaricom is calling me. Now I applied for this 5G internet, something like that. I've decided to decline it. Anyway, if they call again, I think I'll decline the call. So, what was I talking about? I need to be recognized and even be certified as the chairman of natural loners, because I am. Yeah, I'm recognized. I should be recognized as the chairman because naturally I'm this person who likes to be by himself, doing his own things in his own space without the interruption or even the interference or out of the presence of other people. Any other person is not welcome. It's not welcome, by the way, unless we really share something that is very intimate. And something that is intimate means that you have to be one and the same thing. Yeah, which I really doubt, because really it can't work for long. Yeah, first time it could vibe, but really I'm just a natural lone hunter to be that way. So recently I've been doing content for Microharris, and in as much as I try to create content with another person, usually my roommate right now is my partner when I'm doing videos, I usually am not collected. I usually don't deliver what is expected in a certain manner. Like if I do a video alone and post it up on TikTok, I'll have a very easy time. I'll be at ease with myself. Yeah, I'll be at ease with what I'm doing because I'm comfortable in my own space doing my own things. Now it doesn't come as a surprise, because really I'm actually naturally good when I'm not around people. I deliver my best when I'm not around people. I do my things. I carry myself, there's so much that goes around about my personality or my life. It is at its best when no one is around. Okay, I might relate very good with people. Yeah, I am nice to people, but I think I enter this mode of to be my best, I don't need anyone around. That is standard. So yesterday, have I talked about this girl that I met the other day while I was having my own time? I think at this vast field on the other end, there's a certain hilly area. Yeah, and by hilly I mean soil is heaped in a way that it creates some depressions. So I was at the top of those hilly areas. Yeah, and this girl approaches me and greets me, and this one peculiar, do I say peculiar, one strange, I counted it as not coincidence, because I think we were supposed to meet each other. So I'm in my silent moment. This one I've actually while I'm seated on top of the heap. It's a hilly area. I think I'll do a recording of it when I go there. I think right now I'm not interested. But again, what will I be doing going there? I think I follow my instinct when I'm doing some things. Anyway, I've just finished my prayer like a minute ago. No, it was some seconds. So it was just some minutes ago. So it was just some seconds. It's actually very seconds. Let me count it as 10 seconds. After I finished my prayer, this girl approaches me from my behind. I had seen her from far coming out of this farm. This, I don't know, should I show it? This maize farm. Yeah, that's maize farm. And it's on the other end. I think, okay, there are some cows around here behind the tree on the far end, yeah. So that is where she pops out from. She finds me on that hilly area. I can see it, but I really can't record because the zoom of this thing, the zooming power of this phone is quite low, and usually the selfies are not yet advanced so that they can capture the zoom. Yeah, to understand. So I'll record this. I'll do a documentation as part of my diary in those hilly areas so that I can show you how it is. I think I've never recorded. I think I've gotten a why. I've gotten a course. That's the one that I'm looking for. Anyway, I hope I won't be interfered with by any other person. So let's come back to the story. So she approaches me from behind. I've just finished my prayer and she comes in the name of, I thought you are another person that I know. And she's like, hi. I thought you are okay. Let me start from the beginning. Hi. She greets me with her hand. I try to understand why people nowadays don't give someone a very firm handshake. They're giving just your hand so that you can touch it. Like, they really do not want to greet you. Is it a thing, or is it an egoistic gesture that I really don't want to? What's the word that I'm looking for? I don't want to associate. No, I don't want to get jams. And nowadays we are just very careful when you are greeting people, because people are touching other things. They have filthy hands. Yeah, I think that's the instinct that people have when they are greeting people. I'm always very careful when I'm greeting people. I don't know where they have been. They have been doing some silly things with their hands. Yeah, filthy things. you always have to be careful. I think that's the mood that was being set, and every time, by the way, it's almost everyone, and most of them are females, and they are greeting you. They don't give you a very firm handshake. So I noticed that, and for me, I'll give you a firm handshake. You'll not come. What should I fear anyway? Yeah. So she tells me that I have confused you with another person. I'm like, wait, you know what? This ain't a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence at all. We are supposed to be here. And she's like, really? supposed to be here. So I was sitting in a cross-legged position, like you cross your legs like in an X position. She somewhat and somehow, I can't understand this. She sits like me, facing me. I was facing in another direction, but she faces me on the side. She's like about 2 meters away from me. She removes her Crocs. Is it Crocs or Crocs? And we start to have a very genuine. I don't know. I'm very poor at interpersonal or even interconnectional skills. And she asked me a question. What are you doing here? And she's like, and I'm like, I'm just taking time with myself. Yeah. Jokingly, but she meant it. She tells me, yeah, you might be. No, actually, she poses a question. After saying that, I'm taking time with myself, not with God. And I'm like, wait, you really need time with yourself apart from. Don't be spiritual too. Okay, that was the conversation that I was having with myself in my mind. And I was like, you need time with yourself. Have you ever, haven't you ever noted that? I'm like, okay, that's quite unique. I've never heard that because it's news to her. She's like, I've never heard of that thing. I've never heard of. So we continue with a very awkward moment where I'm speaking things, yet I'm not delivering the points. I'm not explaining them because, okay, get this. I first started with the statement that I need to be certified as a loner because as the chairman of loners. So usually when I describe things in my own diary, in my own space, I can describe something very good, very articulately, very to the last thought, to the last word. I can really do that in an effective manner. But I don't know, when I'm behind people, I'm around people, or when I'm conversing with a person, this is why I feel, oh my God, I have a point, but I cannot explain it. I don't know how this happens. Plus, there's one thing that I noted about her. She's called Mary, by the way, and several times we have met. Yeah, she's okay. By the way, let me talk about this. This will be the whole diary that I'll be talking about. I think I had another plan, but let me talk about her. She's called Mary, and as I'm near her, there's this energy that is being created that I am in a confusion state. Like, I'm usually, okay, not usually. Whenever I'm speaking, I am very composed because I know what I'm talking about. I'm sure of what I believe in. I'm sure of who I am. But certainly, awkwardly and unexplainably, when I was around this girl for the first time, I was confused. Now, she's not this type of a girl that talks too much, that I find joy. When I find a very talkative person, it fills me with joy because I know I won't talk. I have an escape route for one reason only. One, they'll be doing much of the talking, while me, I'll be affirming of what they are saying, still building on that. That's why now we converse, we have a very awkward moment of communication. I don't know, there must be have been a barrier between us because she's not talkative, I'm not talkative. So trying to, and when I sense that, usually I'm the one who takes up the responsibility of coming up with something to talk about. And then in this awkward moment, you know, when you are relating with someone, you're supposed to talk their language so that the conversation can proceed. You know, can there's this new word that I've learned today. It sounds like weird. Oh, perpetuate. Now, with the motive of perpetuating the conversation, I find that I really can't. I'm trying so much. I'm trying to force things. On my end, I'm really struggling to explain things, and it is putting her in a position that she's so much in unease, not comfortable, not satisfied of how I'm speaking, and I noted that. So I decided, you know what, let me change the tactic. Let me just not talk about myself. Let's talk about you. Now, to kill that, I had to come up with a conversation of. Now, before we come to the conversation of the law of attraction, I certainly did start talking about the law of attraction. She asked me if I know God, and I tell her, okay, she asked me I think it was, who is God to you? And I remember admitting that God is my everything, and honestly, God is my everything, no? And she quoted this Bible, and she was carrying a bag. She's like, this chapter of Bible verse. She starts talking about some things that I'm usually not comfortable when other people are talking about. There's one thing that will put me in a very difficult position. Please don't bring your Christianity or even your religion whenever you're talking about we're talking about we are having a very natural and even human conversation. Okay, for the religion context or conversations, just let them be in the right place. And I certainly did say this in my Facebook page, that whenever we are having a conversation, please avoid as much as possible to put religious texts, religious insinuations into the nini, because we are having a human conversation and we are not in church, we are not in any nini. So I try as much as possible to avoid such scenarios, because they end up to be an argument. Most of the time you are arguing about something, yeah, and I certainly doesn't put me in a very comfortable position. I not that I have any bad motives, but it puts me in a position that and let me add to the pain. Let me add salt or a hot nail to the injury. Whenever I see anyone on Facebook that has this bio, that has this religious what? Religious insinuations or anything that is religious, that is just pointing towards religion, I really tend and as much as possible try to avoid that person, because they are hiding. If you actually dig deeper, you realize these people are hiding their traumas or something in those religious writings that they put on their bio. And anyone who posts so much on the religion, and I said that religion is supposed to be personal to you and your God, and and maybe your pastor. But specifically, I'm painting this picture of individualism. Spirituality is supposed to be something that is supposed to be yours and yours alone. Don't let anyone know about it, because really, what difference will it make? We are humans. We are really relating as humans, and that's how we expect that to be. So yeah, we have a very awkward conversation. I'm sure it was a debate. I didn't like it at all, if you ask me. If I will remark that conversation out of 10, I'll give it a 1, because I didn't put into practice the the creating of friendship, or of creating a conversation, creating of a conversation that easily. I didn't put it in a manner that would and that I would appreciate. Yeah, it's 16 minutes. So while we are having a conversation, I tell her that my name is Felix. I think the name rings a bell. I am her brother's namesake. How do I move forward with this conversation? Yeah, I think it was noting that. So after that, it's almost raining. I think there were clouds on the sky. So I noted that I need to walk away and go back to my room. So we have a very nice relation, a very nice conversation about the law of attraction. Tell her it's a form of faith that you can use to get things. The funny thing is, I noted about her is that she's not materialistic. She's this kind of person. She's not that materialistic. I ask her whether she would love to have another phone, but she's like, a new phone, really? Oh my God. This is new. This is different. She tells me that, okay, usually I'm not a fan of Nini, because at that time she had no phone, and I noted that she's not this kind of a materialistic person. So I said to myself, maybe she's like this. I ask her, let's use the law of attraction to do something. Yeah, the law of attraction. I tell her, what do you wish for right now? She says nothing. And I'm like, okay, it's fine that you don't want anything. You mean you don't have wishes in your life right now? And I receive an answer that, wait, are you really a human? That's the conclusion that I make. Are you really a human? Because those characteristics are not for the for any living thing. Ask any human being of what they will wish right now. They give you a whole list of what they would want. But suddenly this person, this girl that I've met just minutes ago, seems to just not be wanting anything. I'm astonished at this point. I don't have words at this point. Like, wait, you mean you don't have something that you want right now? So in my mind I say, you know what, I'll not take no as an answer. You must have something so that I can conclude that you are a human being and not an alien. So I think she there's a word that I'm looking for. When someone bows to your what? Bows to your nini? Bows to your need? No, not need, but bows to your need. Okay, I'm really trying to not need. It's really not need per se. I describe it as command. Is it command? Like they are doing what you want. So she conforms. She cooperates. She says, I think she wishes for this person that they can be friends with, and spiritually they can relate with each other and even grow from that point. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And I think from that point the conversation shifts to religion. I think she starts to explain the 10 Commandments, and I'm at this point very uncomfortable having this conversation. Honestly, why would you want to describe the 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 10 Commandments to me and I know them anyway? Know that even the non-Christians do know that there are 10 Commandments and they know how it works. Yeah, do I need to know that, and do you need to explain that? So I get into this conversation that I am more of a spiritual person than I am a religious person. She asked me if I believe in the Son of God, that is Jesus Christ. So we have this. I don't know. I've never thought of this, but I think I had a different perception towards this. If you believe in the Son of God, see, if you are a Christian and not a spiritual person as you purport, I am defeated at this point. I am very defeated at this point because, one, I've never had that perception that if you believe in the Son of God, see, you are a Christian now. Wow, it made a lot of sense, but I think it's one of those things that I consider as opinions. I live in my fact world, yeah? And whether you come up with your own theories, whether you come up with your name. And one thing that I have learned about having conversation, go with the flow that the other party is having. So I had to go with that, and I had to confirm, so that I can keep the conversation alive. And I explained to her that she certainly said that at some point, I think I must remember that I must have remembered. At one point, she said that she's looking for the presence of God, and I'm like, when you're trying to find God, I think I must have said this. When you're trying to find God, find Him out of the religious context, and everything will make sense. Finally, it will make sense. And she doesn't buy it. She doesn't buy it, by the way. She's like, what are you talking about? Now, I explained a very good theory. I used a very good example. Before the civilization and even religion came to Africa, we had our own set of beliefs, our set, and we believed in God, yeah? So I was trying to explain, if God made sense without even the religion, why? What will stop you from looking for God um, out of the religion context? Because finally you will find Him, yeah. Because nature is Him, and I appreciate that. So I decided to kill that conversation in that moment. I asked her a very good question before I described all this. I asked her, can you describe the that there is God without referring to any religious context? I think she must have lost it. She must have been when you are doing an exam and you are brought you there's this hard question that has been brought to you in a way that you didn't expect it. You really don't have an answer. I think she must have pondered about that question and she never saw that coming. I must have that was a way of killing the conversation. Ask someone a very hard question and then give your perspective and then kill the conversation, because you know very well that they won't have any opinion around that matter. Now, there's one thing that I said while before we were parting, as we were walking back to our houses, our house, not houses, yeah, to our houses. That I tell her she tells me I discover I I discover that she was planning to go home. She was planning to go home that weekend. I think we met on a Friday or something. Was it on a Friday? I'm not sure about it, but it was around weekend. Before weekend started. I think it was on a Friday like this. Yeah, it must have been a Friday like this. And I said to myself, she reveals to me that she's planning to go home. Yeah. And she has even called the parents so that they can go home. Now, I tell her, at the start of the conversation, while I was at the top of the hilly area, I tell her, there's something that is attracting to me to you. There's something that is in you that is attracting my energy, and I don't know what it is. I really do not know what it is. So while we are walking, that is now on the hilly area. While we are walking, I tell her, don't go home. Let's meet another day. Up to this day, we have met a couple of times, but really it's okay. I'll explain that. Okay, I'll explain that. I'll explain that. So I tell her, don't go home. Stay here. We get to know each other. And I don't know how she changed her mind, because it was a suggestion, like comment, and I told her, okay, let us have you stay and then we get to know each other more. And then she agrees out of the blues. I didn't expect this, but she agrees to do what I'm asking for. So I'm like, okay. So she was planning to go, and then she has decided to stay. That's interesting. That's unique. Now I'm like, huh, I think this girl is a bit loyal. Let me say loyal. You know, her obedience is on another level. Like, you just believe a stranger that you believe a stranger on what they tell you. I'm really okay at this point. I'm like, I really don't like this personality. I want someone rigid, yeah, someone who says no, it's a no, a yes is a yes. So we exchange contacts, and I tell her, give me your number that is in WhatsApp. Don't give me a call. Don't give me your number that is not in WhatsApp. Okay, ask for a number, and she gives it to me. I ask her if the number is in WhatsApp. She replies, it's not. I'm like, I'll not be comfortable when we don't have a chat. Me, I can't talk to you when I can't have a call with you if you are not, we have not created a rapport while chatting. And that is my standard procedure, by the way. Before you even start even calling each other, let us first chat. Period. Because I don't work in a manner that I can't create this relationship where I'm just talking and I don't know you. Create a rapport for 1 week, just talking, just nonsense 2 weeks. Just talk about any nonsense, yeah. And then from that point, I'll be able to have a very comfortable session when calling you. It's 31 minutes. I've been talking about this girl for the whole time. Anyway, you know, now this is 2 or 3 days later. She has a. I note that the numbers that she gave me, the 2 numbers that she gave me, are not in WhatsApp. I say, what? You know what? I picked a number. I'll not call you because you're not on WhatsApp. And I depend on that WhatsApp so that I can create a relationship or a rapport, and then we can proceed. I don't know what is attracting me to her, but I don't know. This one thing that is putting me off, it's really killing that vibe. She's this religious person. Really, like, really. And one sign that I might not get into a very close relationship with you is you are very religious. It will kill the vibe, bro. And there's one other thing that will happen. There's one other thing that I didn't admire. I didn't like. She's too easy to bend. She's too easy to convince. And not that I'm a very good sweet talking, not that I have a very sweet talking tongue or a mouth, but I think this killed the interest. But there's something that is drawing me to her. I don't know what it is, but ever since I think we have met twice, I think we even met yesterday after doing the diary and after being alone, after taking my silent moment. Tell me why, while I'm just getting into the gate, I'm seeing the gate to my house that I live in right now. I don't know, I have this stomachache. Let me just lie around. Yeah. I think this conversation will go for a very long time. So what am I trying to say? Yes. As I'm entering the plot, it's actually a distance of like 20 or 30 meters. Tell me why I meet her with her roommate and we greet each other. And this is happening in a way that, wait, why is this all happening in a manner that ah uh, uh, it's not usual. The other day I come out to go for milk for kefir. By the way, I need to talk about kefir in another diary. Kefir milk is a probiotic drink, yeah. So I tell her, oh, we meet in unusual ways, and she's always with her roommate. I learned that her name is Dama. Now, all this is happening in a way that, wait, we didn't need to meet, and specifically it is saying that it is communicating that we didn't need to. I think all this is not a coincidence. Every time that I'm just getting out of my house or my plot or getting into it, I meet her. So far I have met her twice, and something's just telling me that we really need to know each other, because for WhatsApp it's not convenient with her. So I have to go out of my way so that they can create a rapport, familiarity. They say familiarity creates contempt. Is it creates content? Oh, gives birth. Oh, breeds contempt. And I certainly do want to know this person I don't want to know her as a Christian. I don't just want to know her as Mary. She's Mary. Okay, by the way, her name is Mary Naut. She's a Turkana. Turkana and Bukusu. Is it Luya? Breed. Is it breed or half caste? Yeah. So I certainly do want to know this person, but I have no means. And trying to, I don't know, I'm just feeling so uncomfortable trying to call her and then create a meeting. Or should I? And I think it's a matter that I should bring to attention. I think, and I talk to my God about this because it's really bothering, but not that it's giving me this vibe. Plus, again, I'm comfortable with. So my storage is almost diminishing. Anyway, let me conclude by saying this: I'm not. This energy that she has, where it brings confusion whenever I'm around her. I'm trying to figure out if this person is supposed to be in my life. It's something that I really should bring into attention and even ask God if this person is supposed to be in my life right now. Because this didn't happen by coincidence. I didn't meet her by coincidence. I think, again, I want to know. I just want to know, who is this person? Is she supposed to be here in my life? Is she supposed to be in my life? The big question in the room. It's something that I'm struggling with, but I think I trust that I'll get an answer. And I want to make sure that this answer is very divine, very spiritually revealed, very. Okay, is it? I don't know why this dove at the top of this tree is just. It's like answering me. Yeah, you are the right. She's she's supposed to be in your life. Now, so those are my concerns. My two concerns. She's too religious for me. I think she has this. And again, I want someone who says no, no, yes, yes. Don't be flowing like the reeds they conform to the grass, to the water. They are like this. You are easy to manipulate, and it's not really. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I did paint a picture of the person that I want, a girlfriend, a partner that I want. One, someone we are very compatible with. Compatibility number one. Two, she's. Can I remember the qualities? One, two, someone who we can get along with very easily. Yeah, that is quality number one. Number two, she's this vibrant. She has this vibrant energy. Yeah? And I'm looking this for in life path 5. Someone who will bring this kind of energy in my space, because I really require that. Number 3, someone who is loyal. She ticks that, but anyway, let me continue painting this picture. Loyal, confident, vibrant, compatible, and someone who is in my line of path. Like our lives, our nini is compatible. And the universe has a funny way of testing you. It gives you signs that your partner is coming, but it gives you this it gives you these signs. It brings you some people that, okay, they seem like it, but they are not. So it's for me, it's like the universe is trying to test me, that I need to be. Yeah, your partner is coming, but will bring you some people. So funny enough, she's doing education, English literature. I really do need some answers. So I really do need some answers from the universe and even from God. I need to consult this with God. Is she the right person that I'm supposed to be with? Because really, something that is bothering me right now. She hasn't yet answered my DM in WhatsApp. For reasons that I cannot understand. She's not this online person that you can find each and every time and you can have a talk with. I think she fits a criteria of something that I want. I don't want someone who will be chatting ever with. I want someone, because again, I don't like chatting nowadays because it consumes a lot of energy. Coming up with conversations, energy, bana. And it's the kind of energy that I don't want to force. Yeah, because I know what it takes. Coming up with conversation and talking about anything, it's all that. Plus, I really wanted someone who is very talkative, who we can have a very lengthy conversation and a hearty one that is full of laughter and many things. Yeah, I think I need to know her, and I need to make sure I put her in the right place in my circle. Yeah, because right now I've not yet concluded that she might be the person that I'm looking for. Anyway, let me end this conversation here. I think the storage is diminishing. The phone is saying that I'm doing too much. I'm exerting too much pressure on it. So I really need to end it here and then go do the today's content. Today I'll give a very short story. I don't know. I think God will help me to come to narrate a very good story, and then things will flow anyway. Yeah. So Until another time, remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. And remember to make sure you give her a call. I think I need to be brave, courageous enough to ask her for a date. And then we'll get to know each other. I'll give a report, by the way, on this diary. So until another time, remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Adios.